Hey everyone, welcome back to Crafting the Life I Want. My name's Sean, and today we are starting part 2 of the Carpenter's Vise installation video. Hopefully you just got done watching part 1, and we're going to be completing it today by making custom wood jaws for this vise. I inset the back jaw of my vise so that I could build a wooden jaw that would fit over it and sit flush with both the top and the face of the apron. This allows me to be able to clamp stuff later on to the face of the apron that's maybe longer and can't be fully handled by my Carpenter's vise. So I'm going to get you set up a little closer so you can see what I'm doing as I start shaping this piece of wood, which will end up being that back jaw. So thanks for joining, and I hope you enjoy. So the first step you're going to see me do is measure what my inset is. And I'm going to end up with something that's a little proud of the top so I can hand plane it smooth, and a little proud of the face so that I can hand plane that smooth as well. Everything about this vise installation, from the initial inset flush mount and custom jaw that worked to the magnetic attachment that eventually became the mechanically fastened jaws you see here, were all a huge exercise in humility for me. I'd asked a number of questions leading up to this video about the installation and jaws, and for various reasons chose to ignore most of the advice and do it the way I thought was best. So let's talk about what I learned along the way. My first big mistake was installing the vise to allow for a flush fit jaw. I believe flush mount would have worked great had I planned the install location before I set my leg and glued my apron. This would have allowed the vise to be mounted outside of the leg and near the end of the table, as well as inset to the back of the apron, allowing space to work on a clamped board without banging my knuckles on the tabletop and removing the need to create an inset jaw. My second mistake was assuming that a lot of magnets would work to hold my jaws to the vise. I actually did this and worked with it for a couple of days before I was so annoyed with the magnets that I went back and figured out a better way to do it. Anytime I went to adjust something already in the vise, it shifted the jaws, and if I tried to clamp something that wasn't square, the pressure caused the opposite end of the jaws to release from the vise. Suffice it to say, I was extremely frustrated and decided to extend the video and mechanically fasten the jaws to the vise. All in all, I'm really happy with how the finished product turned out. I learned a ton along the way and was able to adapt on the fly and get to a solid final installation despite some initial mistakes. I look forward to putting this vise to good use in future projects. I would really appreciate it if you'd like and subscribe below. Also, if you'd like to support the channel, you can do so by going to the Patreon, Teespring, or Buy Me a Coffee links in the description below. Any and all support is greatly appreciated and goes back into making the channel and projects better. If you see anything in this video that you'd like to purchase, you can also support the channel by using my Amazon affiliate links to make those purchases. Thanks for watching part 2 of my Vise installation series. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I hope you'll join me on my next project.